Today we're going to take a look at a report from Hedge and try to understand how age and gender affects cannabis purchasing habits, looking at things like average item price, basket size, and try to get a better understanding of the way that the economy at large affects the cannabis industry. All of that coming up.
It's only entertainment.
Welcome back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, capital markets analyst and host of your Cannabis Business Podcast. Millennials made up the majority of cannabis sales since legalization and continue to do so. They make up about 52% of total sales, with the remaining half split between Gen X and the other three generations being baby boomers, the silent generation, and Generation Z. Generation Z is just coming in the market, but their shares double from about 3% in 2018 to 6% in 2019. And if that trend continues unchanged, the entire market's going to be dominated by Gen Z and millennials in just a few years. So boomers are still buying flower, as well as most of the bud tenders I speak to. Convenience factor is definitely playing a role in taking some of that flower market share away, as vape products are open, with Gen Z millennials preferring vape pens at a rate of 20%. The silent generation also likes their edibles and inhaled products. Looking at my hometown of Washington State and some of the products that people prefer based on gender, demographics, who they are, what they are, generational preferences. You look at tincture as a top product for the silent generations. Fairwinds, really good, reputable brand here in Washington. Second most purchased brand. But then you also see huge producers like Smoky Point and Fat Panda. Disposable incomes make older buyers the bigger spender. Millennials make up the majority of the market, but they have the second smallest basket size, meaning that they spend low each trip, but they probably go more often. So they spend about $25 per trip over the last 2 years, and only Gen Z beating them in terms of thrift. Makes sense that Gen Z is either new to the market or just finishing out college. Silent generation is affording to spend over $30 each trip. They've got enough money. Also, they probably don't come as often. And millennials, Gen X, make up 3/4 of the overall market. Inflation is probably having people buy more but spending less, looking at more thrifty options. Millennials, Gen Z, they've got an average item price just below $14, while boomers, silent generation, are in the $15 to $17 range. And those two are linked, as a higher average item price is translating into a higher basket size. So the more they're spending, the more they're buying. And men still are spending a little bit more. Average item price is close to $15, whereas with females, it's less than 14. Pretty close, but men are still buying more. Across the board, men buy about 60% of cannabis, with millennials buying the most frequently. Boomer women have the highest rate of participation in the industry overall. Wellness is a phenomenon that is mostly exclusively marketed towards women. And within cannabis, the category is a lot closely associated with wellness, like tinctures and sublinguals, topicals, capsules, edibles. Among those four categories, we see participation from women, with over 45% of sales going to them. And in every other category except pre-rolls, sales to women are less than 40. Blunts, my guilty pleasure, taking huge dabs, I guess, concentrates, that's 70% males, blunts are males. Pre-rolls are a 60-40 split between males and females. CBD appeals to more to women. Women spend 66% more of their cannabis wallets on CBD, with most of that going to topicals and not so much flower. For more reports like this, you're going to have to come back to the Talking Hedge. With that, we're going to roll this one up. I'm Josh Kincaid. This is the Talking Hedge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or don't, and I'm out. Don't forget to smash that like button on your way out and check out these other videos that we've got.